Hello everyone and welcome back to Diginews, the series where we talk about all of the Digimon news relating to the TCG. And in today's episode we've got a pretty big one. We've got some huge announcements from the latest Digimon Con 2024. And there's going to be quite a bit of discussion for this video, especially with the simultaneous release, the promo cards, and some more stuff announced. So if you're looking forward to this Diginews, please do like and subscribe to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. But the first thing I want to cover today is the announcement of promos. So let's get into that. So as we all know, ST18 and ST19 is going to be focusing on the Digimon Liberator stuff. So the new Digimon coming from that series. And we got a lot of news about that. I'm not going to cover that because I feel like I might make a whole different video after my Digimon Liberator video that I made quite a while back. If you're interested in that video, I'll leave a link in the description down below. But we got some small bit of news, but it's not small in the way of competitiveness because this is quite huge news. It's just been confirmed that the training promo cards that are pretty prevalent in any deck that plays in the Digimon card game at this point are now being included in ST18 and ST19. And it seems like we are getting one of each promo. So that is a huge win for people that can't get those cards. For people that don't know, you got these from the BT14 box topper, and to be fair to Digimon and Bandai as a whole, they gave you one of each, so it wasn't that bad. But at the same time, you now have another way of getting those promo cards, because at the moment the promo cards are going up in price, or they were until this was announced essentially. So they still will be quite high until those promos come out, and I'm pretty sure everyone wants these ones because they are alt art ones that feature card Digimon Liberator Digimon, I believe. So the new ones, the Shumon and the Petoromon, I think it's called. So very interesting, and I'm glad that, you know, there's another way of getting these promo cards. I'll probably make a video about it in the future, but promo situation in Digimon is gotten really bad. If you've looked at stuff like the EX5 promos and even the BT14 promos, there is definitely some worrying signs about it. So I'm glad that they are actually, you know, doing something about it. You know, we've got one step, now we've got to do the other ones. We also got some brand new card sleeve designs featuring obviously the Digimon Liberator cast, but also some new ones in regards to the Digimon Adventure anime, and there's a Sakuyamon maid mode or just normal Sakuyamon, not 100% sure, but that is now going to be available pretty soon for Japan, probably later down the line for us in the UK and the Western audience as a whole. But the biggest news that we've obviously had is the announcement of the product release lineup. And it's a bit weird talking about the product release lineup because it's like, who cares? But actually, it's got some quite interesting things, such as the announcement of combining sets. Yes, we are going back to combining sets, at least for BT 18, 19, and 20, so that we can get ready for global launch in the future. So I'm not 100% sure how it went down in the start of Digimon, because in Digimon you had, what, 1.0 and then 1.5, but now we've got 2.0 and 2.5. So for example, the 2.0 set is going to have BT 18 and 19 cards in it, and then 2.5 is going to have 19 and 20 cards. So BT 19 is essentially being split up into two, so that, you know, you have essentially like 1.5 sets in between 2.0 and 2.5. So I'm going to put on the screen right now what the lineup is going to look like in the future. But essentially what we've got confirmed at this point is that for us in November, 2.0 comes out. Then in January we have EX08. And then in February we have 2.5. And we're all leading up to April for the global release of the game. So at this point we've got a nice like 2-month buffer between every major set, and then about like a 2 to 3 set buffer on EX sets. So that's quite interesting. I'm glad that it's getting, you know, sorted out. Obviously tailors off around the November and February time for 2.0 and 2.5, but I'm glad there is some sort of buffer going on here, because the last thing I think people would want is that BT17 comes out in August, and then in September 2.0 comes out, and then in December 2.5 comes out. That would be the worst case scenario. So I'm glad that they've actually been balanced out, at least for the booster sets. EX sets are a little bit different. There's a 2-month buffer between EX06 6 and 7, but then there's a 3-month buffer over 7 and 8. But it also just confirms that we're not getting that many starter decks this year. We're only getting one, and that's ST18 and ST19, which is quite interesting. I was kind of hoping. There is obviously 2 technically decks coming out at this point. We've obviously got the, the advanced deck set that's just come out for most people, unless you live in the UK. You've been delayed. We've also got ST18 and 19 come out the same day as well. Yeah, that's pretty much all of the information, or the big information that came out about, Digimon card game. I was kind of disappointed, if I'm being honest. There's obviously other stuff that was announced, such as a brand new, I think, Digivita thing, whatever it's called, which has its own promo card, which I'll put on the screen now. That's pretty cool. But it also talks about some stuff that was cards that were voted the coolest. But there are 6 Digimon that were classed as the coolest, and they will be getting future support, which I think is just a given, because, if they're fan favorites, they're going to get support anyways. But we have obviously War Grey, then we have Emperor Grey, then Doragora, then Gallantmon, Gaio, and Mastemon. So we're not too sure when they're getting support in the future, but they might be getting support in the future. But yeah, just to give some thoughts on the Digimon Con announcements as a whole. Look, the cards are cool, and I'm glad that they've shown off. I think it's the Digimon Seekers main villain cards, which are pretty cool. But overall, I'm kind of meh on it. Obviously, the big announcement was Digimon Liberator, and obviously, if you're a fan of Digimon, you're gonna really enjoy that. But for me, not really that important. The main thing that came out for me about this is the release lineup and the announcement of potential products in the future. I think that's pretty cool. I was kind of hoping to see more product as a whole, not the Digivita bracelet thing, or whatever it's called, but stuff like, deck boxes, mats. I want to see an improvement on that kind of stuff, and we haven't really seen that yet, so a bit disappointing in that regard. But I think a lot of people online are very happy about this Digimon Con. I haven't really heard anything bad about it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm in the minority here, but let me know what you think about the Digimon Con 2024 announcements. Did you like them? Did you dislike them? Let me know in the comments section down below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Digi News.